So my journey, this gets me so emotional. I've been on the patches for 5 years, but for the first 2.5 years, I did nothing but X39 only. I didn't know any better. I still don't know any better. But the whole point is that I have a business partner. She's the brains. I'm the beauty. Well, she's probably the beauty too. But she and I met for lunch after we'd been on the patches. Amy Holmesy is her name. And Amy and I met for lunch. And after we'd been on the patches about 10 days. And Amy looks at me and she said, "Have you noticed anything on these patches?" And I said, "I think my energy level has doubled." And she goes, "I think my fibromyalgia pain has been cut in half." And Amy said the most profound thing she's ever said. She goes, "Bob, if we don't share this with people, it's criminal." And that's been our attitude since that day. So within 10 days, energy level doubled. Within 6 to 7 weeks, my sleep pattern got dramatically better. Guys, I have not slept well since I was a sophomore in high school. And I've had to drag my butt out of bed every day of my life since I was a sophomore in high school. Okay. So once I started to sleep 6 to 6.5 hours straight through, my energy level went through the roof. I mean, I wake up now looking for things to do, and I'm 75. So it is the most amazing thing. I just can't get over it. So then, am I allowed to use the C word here?
Whatever you need to say, Bob, you go right ahead.
Okay. So they found prostate cancer in me 17 years ago, and I have not been able to urinate one drop, not one drop, for 12 years without daily medication. I am a man. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Twice in 12 years, I forgot to take that medication, and both times I ended up in the emergency room with a catheter. That's the only way they could get the urine out of me. So I'm on the patch X39 about 3.5 months. I'm still on the medication, but I go to the bathroom and all of a sudden my flow is really strong this day. And I'm thinking, wow, that's interesting. And the next day, it's very strong again. And because I'd heard all these testimonials from people, I'm thinking, wonder if I stop taking that medication. Now, I was a little leery. I don't want to end up with a catheter, but I stopped. I've never had to take that medication again after every day for 12 years. It's been nearly 5 years later. 5 years. I'm 30 years old again. So Amy would argue that too. So because she says I've never really grown up. But the whole point is this is the most amazing thing, just like with Jeremy. Now, another thing, I have had 7 foot surgeries, 5 knee surgeries, my left knee replaced, my right knee scheduled for replacement. I played a lot of sports when I was younger. And I've been in pain like Jeremy. Jeremy, you're the second person I've heard say this. I don't even usually bring it up, but since you did, I will. I couldn't touch a sheet to my feet either. Could not touch a sheet. The sheet could not lay on top of my feet. It was too painful. My foot surgeon said I had the worst feet he'd ever seen in the history of his practice. So it's good to be number one, I guess. But the whole point with that is that it took, well, I also had arthritis in my hands, by the way. And I struggled 10 years ago to walk up and down stairs. When I got out of bed in the morning, the first 10 to 20 steps was excruciating. It just hurt so badly. 6 months go by, I have zero pain relief.
Hmm.
That's why I'm happy for you, Jeremy. I had zero pain relief, not a little bit, nothing. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not going to help. But I was so happy about all the other things, I didn't really care. So what ended up happening is David Schmidt always says, give the patches 1 month for every decade you've been alive. So at the time I was 70. So I should give it 7 months, even though 6 months, nothing. Seventh month, I get out of bed to go to the bathroom one morning. I step down, go to the bathroom, come back, get ready to get dressed. And I realized something was different but I honestly couldn't figure out what it was. And then it dawned on me. I had no pain, no stiffness.
You're all right. We're so happy for you. You didn't give
Yep.
up. You didn't give up.
No, no pain, no stiffness, no swelling anywhere in my body. I couldn't wear a ring on my finger for 10 years because of the stiffness and swelling in my knuckles. It's all gone. Guys, that pain has never come back. I have not had 1 second of pain in 5 years.
Wow. That
Part of this emotion is it saved my son's life as well. I'm not going to get into that, but it did save my son's life. So, and the last thing, well, one of the things, other thing, I've also lost 17 pounds. I weigh exactly what I weighed for 20 years from 1978 to 1998 when I was delivering mail and walking 5 miles a day.
wow.
So I weigh exactly back down 17 pounds less, right at that number again. It's just incredible to me. So then I go, I have worn glasses since I was in grade school, and I go every 2 years to get my eyes examined. So this is the last thing that is memorable. So about 6 or 7 months ago now, I go to get my eyes examined, and the doctor says, I got to examine your eyes again. He examines them once. He goes, I got to examine them again. And I go, okay. So he examines them, and he said, I got the same result. And I go, what's the matter? He goes, both of your eyes have improved. He goes, I have to lower the power in both lenses. What the hell are you doing? Okay. And I said, this little patch. And I explained it to him very briefly and gave him some info on it. Then I had a follow up to go get my glasses. Now, this is kind of interesting. So when I go back, and by the way, the doctor was 70 who did my eye exam. And he goes, oh, I forgot this part. He goes, you forgot to put down your medications. I said, not on any medications. He goes, well, are you 75? I go, yeah, I'm 75, but I'm not on any medications. And it blew him away. So when I came back to pick up the glasses, because he had said to me at that first the time I was there, he goes, I need to get some of these. And I go, everybody needs to get some of these. So when I came back and got the glasses, I said, did you want to order some? And he says, no. He goes, I went to my friend who's a stem cell doctor, and he says those patches don't work.
You're like, but my patient has improvement in his vision as he's gotten older.
So, yeah, Western medicine, you got to love them. You just got to love them. You got to feel sorry for them, but you got to love them. Yeah. So, excuse me. What?
No, you're good. So, Bob,
anyway,
I want to know, you used X39 only for 2 years. That was it?
That's 2.5 years, X39 only.
So what have you used the last 2.5 years on top of that? They want to know
the last 2.5 years, as David said, he never goes a day without using X39 and Eon. So now I do wear Eon at nighttime. I wear Alavita as well. And I wear Carnosine and X49, Carnosine, X49, and X39 during the day, Alavita and Eon at nighttime. Mm-hmm. So it's very, very interesting how all of this has come about. And after being here for 5 years, I still don't understand it. And I'm an SPD. So you don't have to know anything to build this business. I'm living proof.
Oh, wow. Bob, I mean, what a journey you've been on. And I remember we were together earlier this year, I think in January, and you were sharing your testimonial at an event, and you would share something about being at your grandson's football game. And after the game, he wanted to race. Do you remember that?
My grandson, who is 11, and he's the apple of my eye. He plays football in pads and the helmet and the whole 9 yards at 11. And he said, he goes, Grandpa, I'll race you. And I said, okay. And I said, what are we going to do? He goes, let's do a 50-yard dash. And I go, now you got to remember, guys, I could barely walk 10 years ago, barely get in and out of my car 10 years ago. And so he and I ran a 50-yard dash. Now, he blew my doors off, but he's such a great kid. He slowed down to let me catch up a little bit, right? So when I was done, these two grandmas who were there walked up to me and they said, "May we ask how old you are?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm 74." At the time, I was 74. And they go, "How did you do that?" And I said, "Well, I have a little secret." And I walked away.
Mm. That little secret on the back of your neck, right?
Yeah, but I didn't say anything. I just walked away. Of course, they followed me and they go, "Well, what's the secret?" I go, and anyway, long story short, they became customers,
I love that.
preferred customers.
Of course.
So, yeah, little things like that. And that's why I'm so impressed by Jeremy. And Jeremy, being a police officer nowadays, you don't want to put a gun in my hands.
Mhm.
So, congratulations on that. So,
Wow. Well,
but
thank
yeah,
you.
I see. I forget about all these little things, Stacy.
Yeah, they do. They add up over time. That's the whole
Yeah,
point of staying on the patches. Things compound and things continue to improve. 5 years later, and you're reducing your eye prescription in your eyeglasses. I mean,
yeah,
just being able to run a race with your grandson, a 50-yard dash. Like what 74 5-year-old runs 50-yard dashes? I
yeah.
mean, just that's impressive. And I remember you saying just a little bit ago that you feel better now than you've ever felt ever.
I think better now than I've ever felt in my lifetime. Yes. I have energy out the yin yang. I do whatever I want whenever I want financially because of this company and David Schmidt and you and everybody else that are leaders here. You just inspiring. And I've done networking before, but I have never been did with Crossline like we do.
Mm,
We all help one another. We don't care.
yeah.
It's get the message out there for others to get healthy because in following the Western medicine syndrome, as what I call it, people don't think they can get better. They
Mm,
don't realize they can get better. Just drugs, drugs, drugs.
that's,
And at 75, being off of all medications as well, it's crazy. And to feel this good is crazy,
yeah.
crazy
Congrats.
good.
Crazy good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Bob. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to pour into our LifeWave community as well. That ripple effect, of course, is going to be far reached. Your story is absolutely life changing and inspiring for so many people that are in pain or are on medications or don't have the best quality of life. And they're looking for hope, and you provide that. Jeremy provides that for people. And so we appreciate you taking the time to share
May
tonight.
I do one? I hate to. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Go ahead.
The lady who introduced this to us name was Kylie Allen.
Hmm.
Without Kylie, I don't know where I'd be.
Wow.
So thoughtful, just to share it with us. So if you ever are hesitate to share this, don't, because if you knew about it and you didn't share it with me, I would strangle you in front of Jeremy, even with his gun out. I would. That's what would happen. So that's how important it has been to me, my family, and all my friends. And I can tell you stories that are, the reason I tear up is not because of me. It's because I think about all the people we've helped. And when they call me crying,
Hmm.
thanking me. So I'm going to go see the end of this month. I have a class reunion dinner. Now we're all 75, right? But almost everybody at that dinner is on the patches. And they all have stories and they're all wonderful. So,
Oh, that's going to be so amazing. So
yeah.
amazing.